Welcome to America First, Katrina Pierson.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be with you tonight.
Oh, thank you for joining us. I want to read you a statement from former Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, and just get your reaction. Paul Ryan stated on Monday at an event in Vero Beach that Donald Trump will lose the 2020 election if the election focuses on Donald Trump's personality. I don't know, Katrina. I thought that's why he won. What do you think?
I'm going to try to keep it clean.
It's all right. Leroy's on the dump button. He's ready. So let it fly.
Look, we've been doing this a long time, but you have to, take a step back and look at Paul Ryan. I mean, he lost in 2012 with Mitt Romney. He massively lost the House in 2018. So when you're used to losing, the only thing you can think of is what? Loss.
Right.
So clearly, he's completely out of touch with politics of today, with the Republican base, or the party even for that matter nowadays. But I think it's more disturbing that somebody, who was the former Speaker of the House, though he failed to deliver on the president's priorities, is speaking out in such a negative manner towards President Trump, a sitting Republican president. This is something we have not seen, something that is quite uncalled for, but it's a true testament of Paul Ryan's character, and it's on full display.
Yeah, I think, isn't that the quintessence? Isn't that the definition of a rhino, Katrina Wilson?
Well, of course. It's. I don't even know if it's a rhino anymore. I mean, what does it mean to even be a rhino? Because to be a Republican in name only, I mean, would sort of give you the notion that there's some sort of the party platform that you sign on to.
Right.
And I just don't even know if that's the case anymore. Apparently, a lot of Republicans, still haven't made the transition into understanding what actually happened in 2016. More and more of them are getting it or forcing themselves to reconcile it. But I think a lot of it, honestly, Dr. Gorka, is they're jealous. They are jealous because somebody like President Trump comes in, he didn't have to kiss the ring, he didn't bow down, and he didn't have to do what most of these politicians have to do, essentially beg for the position. And he won handedly, and a lot of them just can't seem to get past that psychologically because their entire existence was based on everything Donald Trump isn't. Donald Trump is a man of strength. He's a man that says, hey, I want to get this done, and he's going to find a way to do it. The problem is the people that are stuck in D.C. and have been there far too long, the only thing that they know is how not to do something. So we're in a completely different paradigm.
Yeah, absolutely. I was listening to Rush Limbaugh early today, and he said, the trouble for the rhinos and the elite establishment who say they're conservatives is that they failed us for about 30 years. And in 2016, Donald Trump made them irrelevant. And that's their existential crisis. Katrina, you're doing massive outreach. You understand what happened on November the 8th, 2016. What is your message in the last 2 minutes we have left with you? What is your message, not to the Trump base, but to those people who maybe didn't vote in 2016, maybe those who thought Bernie was the choice and thought that it had been stolen from him? Or what is your vote? What is your message to those who have yet to decide?
I think that's a great question because the 2020 campaign, I think, is really going to focus on that because now that we do have a track record of the accomplishments that this president, not only has he done, but has wanted to do, a lot of people can see where the actual roadblocks are. President Trump has been able to do some things that most of the politicians on both sides of the aisle said could never be done. So I would say to those individuals who are either on the fence or just really don't support the president at all, I would say consider your options.
Right.
Look at the massive growth, the massive number of jobs created, all of the things the president has done, bipartisan criminal justice reform. These are things that impact everyone in this country and putting Americans first. I just don't see people who either don't like the president or who are on the fence wanting to back away from that. So definitely consider the options, because there's definitely a choice out there to get this country and keep it moving forward.
Katrina Pierson, are you confident in 2020?
I am just as confident in 2020 as I was in 2016. As you know, I was one of the first people that said he was going to win before he even came down the escalator. We just have to get out there and make our case to the public.
She is Katrina Pierson. Follow her on Twitter, Pierson Pearson. She's got 452,000 followers. Friends, by this weekend, she better have 500,000. Let's do it.
That's right.
Katrina Pierson. She is senior advisor to Trump 2020. She is an inventor. She has a patent in her own name, and she is one of the few warrior princesses for freedom. Thank you for joining us.